Okay. Ooh. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Becky. Hi, Janelle. Hey, Lisa. Hello. Hi. Who am I missing? Hi, Maggie. Hey, Jen. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Nicole. Good morning, Megan. Hi, Jean. Hello, other Jackie. Thanks. Hey, Kate. How's everybody doing? Happy November. Yeah, it's me again. Fancy meeting you here. Thank you. Hey, Denise. Hey, Cindy. Good morning. Let's move this over here. I'm just like sitting here watching your names come through. I need to wake up. I'm super sleepy this morning, but happy November. Hey, Sarah. Good evening. Hey, Danny. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning, Anna. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It was so good to see so many of you guys in person. That was a real treat. Okay. I turned my alarm off this morning. No memory of it. Oh, all right. Well, we're doing the November update this morning, and I even have notes, so it's it's feeling serious. So there is that, right? But I need to drink my coffee. How was everybody's Halloween? How was your weekend? Anything fun? I was wondering about that. I was wondering about the dreams. I had really crazy dreams too. I can't remember them now. Ooh, or can I? Oh yeah, no, I can remember them. I'm not going to tell you about my dreams. Because it was real weird. I have to like think about that first. I'm not gonna just tell you, but you can tell me yours. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you couldn't make it because of trick or treating. We had ours on Saturday. Some people had it on Thursday. You know, it was one of those things. I don't know if Derek is the one for you. Um, Although if you have to ask, maybe not. Hmm. Did you look up turtle symbolism? All right, you ready to get started? Well, good morning, everybody. So it's November. This is very good because it's my birthday month, and I'm going to tell you that every day of November, just in case you don't know. I'm super excited. But I realized last night I wrote that post and was like, oh, now it's really Scorpio season. And as I wrote it, I was real tired, by the way. I knew that I was not being super clear about what I meant, but I also didn't have the energy to just clarify it, but I'll clarify now. We have been in Scorpio season. So, in no way, shape, or form did I mean to diminish any of you with October Scorpio birth dates because that was not my intention. So, I'm really sorry if it made you feel that way. What I meant was that because of the last 2.5 to 3 weeks we've had of such high air and masculine energy, Scorpio season hasn't felt like Scorpio season. That's all. It hasn't felt deep, dark, and watery yet, but it's about to because we are moving out today, finally, of that strong masculine plus air dominant energy. So, for those of you with lots of air placements and you've been enjoying it, I'm sorry. it's time to learn to like something else because we're moving out. Now, it's not like we're flipping a switch and all of a sudden, the proportions are immediately different. But this was the day when I looked ahead in the forecast that you could see a marked change in that balance. So notice how you start to feel this week. If the high air, high masculine energy was not your jam, notice how things start to shift for you this week. Today is a big energy shift day. It's kind of already happened. I want to say that like I felt a shift probably the middle of the night, like 2 or 3 a.m. But we're gonna have plenty of those, so it's gonna be lots. Um, it's it's a lot of things happening for November, and I have to go back and check out the full moon in Aries channeling because I don't really remember it. That was like the last thing I did before I completely like pulled the plug on me, and I don't remember all of the dates that I channeled, but they were specific dates from that channeling for the full moon in Aries that applied. I'll try to remember as we talk, that applied to November and December. So if you haven't yet watched that, go grab it. It's in the app. It's in the Moon Magic thing. And make sure you watch the channeling because it was a lot of information in there. So the first thing you need to know is this week we're moving into a new moon in Scorpio. Talk about this is definitely Scorpio energy. Absolutely. So that's happening on Thursday. We're going to have our call either on Wednesday night or Thursday night. You can let me know what you prefer. I hadn't decided yet. But this opens up eclipse season. This new moon is not part of the eclipse. It's not a partial eclipse. The first partial eclipse is going to be on the 17th with a full moon, but this opens the season. Eclipse season is like this hallway. And within this hallway, everything is super charged, super juicy, and super fast. When you enter this hallway, if you have come as unburdened as possible with the least amount of bullshit you can possibly bring with you, you are going to catapult yourself into some really amazing next level things. Your next level things. It's like a power boost. Oh God, bless you, Rose. Okay. Rose is saying the dates were new moon, unlocking the 11/11 portal, then something December 5th or 6th. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we'll get there because we have other things too. So this is a big new moon. And I've been telling you, you've been telling yourself, we've been telling each other, like if you need to let go of it, please let go of it. And this is kind of like you've been told a lot. So what are you still holding on to? Please just let go of it because going through eclipse season with your 2015, 2017, 2019, and 2020 baggage is not going to be a good ride. That's not a ride you want to do at all. So just make sure that you are being very aware of the places where you're not letting go of things and just unclench your fists, let it go, let it go. All right. Also happening currently, Mars is in Scorpio for the first time in 2 years. Mars is happy in the sign of Scorpio. In traditional astrology, that's its home. So right now we are in the planet of war and sex and passion is at home in the sign of death, rebirth, transformation, and sex. So it's a party. It's a party. It's also no chill. Absolutely no patience for not getting to the bottom of everything. No stones left unturned. If there's a mystery, we're going to solve it. If there's a question, we're going to answer it. And this is the kind of energy that can, combined with all of the other energies happening this month, really give you the backbone to do whatever it is you need to do. So with Mars and Scorpio, this is a boon. This is a massive boon. It's also very sexy. It's also very much into, some kinky shit. So watch out for that. Um, but more importantly, it is about you being able to follow through on the things that you need to follow through with and not being afraid of them. A lot of the things we're facing right now are a little scary because they're brand new, right? We've made massive shifts in our lives. Most of us have, over the past few years, massive shifts. And now it's kind of getting to that place where it's not just enough to have made the shift. Now you have to actually like double down on that, triple down on that, and start building. And Mars and Scorpio is going to help you with that. On the 17th, this is another date that we need to remember. On the 17th, Mars in Scorpio is opposing Uranus and Taurus. Okay. This is, what's the best way for me to put this? This opposition is like, expect the unexpected, expect a twist, expect um, a big secret to come out, exposures, that kind of thing. Collectively, November is a shit show for current government structures, socio-political structures, anything that has been um, exposed in any sort of way to be not what it says it is. This is not a good month for that. So while it's amazing personally, right? It's amazing for us personally. Collectively, this is like, whoa, say that again. What are you doing? Uh-oh, like that kind of thing. And I will remind you, I've said this a lot already. This isn't your circus. So don't worry about it. I mean, worry about it, sure, but this is not going to be your circus. The collective is not your circus right now. That's not the ring that you're currently in. You're in your own ring doing your own shit. So you need to focus on that. If you take your attention and focus that on collective insanity, you're going to feel overwhelmed. Watch with some popcorn, but don't absorb it. Pay attention because this is historic stuff that's about to happen, I'm fairly certain. But don't lose your ground. Don't lose the seat of your own power. And don't forget what you're up to because you're in the big transformation mode right now. So it's going to be a lot moving through this rest of the year, which is not a whole lot left. It's going to be big. And again, mid-November, there's a full moon on the 19th, which is the partial lunar eclipse. It's the show. It's a big show. Okay. Expect the unexpected this month. Surprises up the wazoo. Don't forget how magical you are and how you've already done the heavy lifting. So when things happen for you, make sure you remember they didn't just happen out of nowhere. You did all the heavy lifting already. If it feels like they just appeared out of thin air, it's like no, it did not. Trust me. You've been putting in the behind the scenes work for years. So enjoy what comes to you. It is for you. Don't block your blessings because you can't believe they could be for you. That's not what we're here to do. Um, this is big though, and there's a lot of impulsive energy that comes along with Mars and Scorpio, and with Mars and Scorpio opposing Uranus and Taurus. There's a lot of impulsive energy. Think of it kind of like it's not negative impulsive energy, but impulse is impulse. Impulse implies not a whole lot of thought. It implies that we're like kind of going off of the heat of a moment and reacting from a reactive place. And with that happening, I don't know, it just feels like boom, boom, big stuff. I'm not going to get into December too much, but December 5th was a date it was either December 5th or 6th, was the date in the channeling that something big was happening. And I think that is a date of I think it might be the date of um the full eclipse. So don't quote me, but I think it might be. So, you know, we shall see. But anyway, big stuff. Let me take some coffee. Yes. Okay. Is there anything else that I wanted to tell you about November? Well, it's my birthday month. Did you know that? My birthday is the 7th. My son's birthday is the 3rd. But there's something else. What was it? Oh, duh. The 1111 portal. So this is the Sirius portal. And every year it's wonderful and enlightening and massive upgrading. This year, again, it's not going to be subtle. Nothing is subtle anymore. So when we hit the 1111 portal this year, you are absolutely going to receive some massive, massive downloads. Absolutely. You don't have to do anything to prepare for that. You've been prepared for it. So I don't feel like I need to really tell you much about this portal, except that, yeah, it's happening and you are going to feel super good. If you've been feeling not so great, not so hot, not so much yourself, this is the season when you're going to start to feel really powered up. You're going to feel like a return to self, let's say. And you can assist this by aggressively releasing all the things that are not you anymore. And I did say that aggressively. That must be the Mars and Scorpio speaking. But let the shit go. If something is not you anymore, you don't need to be it. You don't need to hold on to it. When we hit 2022, any of the places where you've been feeling like there's a lack because you let go of something, you won't even remember it. Trust me. So let go of the old stale stuff. If it's not you, let it go. It's not serving anymore. Allow the fresh energy to come in, especially as we move into this new moon. If you are new and you do not have the Inner Sanctum app, please download it. It's for free. So you can download that app. You can find all of my things in there, and you can choose, if you'd like to join Inner Sanctum as a BFF member. And then we can do a lot of things together. We have 2 monthly moon calls and all kinds of other goodies. I'm feeling a little better, so BFF members, look for your November horoscopes coming today or tomorrow. I do a lot of extra stuff with my members that are not just here on Coffee and Magic. So if you'd like to join our community, it's the first of the month now. You can find more information at innersanctum.me or just download the app. And one more announcement is that we have about a week left before we start the next round of Intuition Magic, which is a 6-week magic workshop. And we meet once a week. You don't have to be live. And it's a lot of fun. So if you want to join that, you can either send me a DM or there's a link on my bio. So that's happening soon. I'm so excited that so many of you are back for round 2. That quite honestly surprised me. And maybe it shouldn't, but it did in a very pleasant way. So yay. All right, you ready for some cards? We have the Fairy Forest deck here this morning for a collective November pull. And then we are going to do your sensory card pulls. I kind of want to wait to do this one, but I can't. I don't have any patience, and it's my birthday month, so I'm not going to try to be patient anymore. So we're just going to do this first because I want to see what the fairies have to say, and then we'll do the other stuff. Okay. Do you kind of see how I'm going to be all month long? That's how it's going to be. All right. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of people felt that shift at 3 a.m. as well. All right. If it's you know who, I don't know what I'll do. You'll know immediately by my face. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. You ready? Don't worry. It's not Ragnarok at all. It was just an energy shift. Just an energy shift. It was a shift into November energy. It was a shift into November energy. All right. So don't worry. Much like every single store ever, the fairies are ready for Christmas. And it's not Ragnarok, so no worries. Okay, so it's the Yule Singer. It's number 36. You're gonna like this one. This is like easy peasy. No problem. This is great for November. We're gonna take it. You're lucky I didn't pull from fucking you know what. Um, there are times in life when our light dims so that it seems it may go out for all eternity. That's how I've been feeling. But when this time comes, you're being put to a great test. If you persevere at this time, you will experience a depth to you being reshaped, transformed, and in many ways experience at present. And this card is here to share darkness and suffering. A new light will shine and a kind of reincarnation within the same life you are now experiencing. When this takes place, the Yule Singer will come to you and sing to you the song of your deepest self. You will open up with this song and begin to live again. The pain will dissolve slowly, and surely you will enter into a time of joy and light, while the flame of your spirit rises high once again within your soul. Expect new friendships, easy connections, fortunate moments, and growth when this beautiful card comes to you. The dark times are done with for now. You are stronger, brighter, and beginning once again a bright new cycle. Sing your song. Okay? I mean, ooh, thank you, fairies. We really needed this one, and I think you can feel it, right? You know, this is a thing. Thank you so much for not being Ragnarok. It's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. How do the people on TikTok do? It's like, I received this blessing or something like that. Oh, I receive it. I accept it. It's good. It's the energy's definitely turning. So let go of anything heavy and onward we go. All right. Yes, there we go. They do say that too. I consent. Claim it. That's the one that I was thinking. Claim it. All right. So we are going to do um hmm, sorry, I totally went somewhere else. We're gonna do space words. We're gonna do space words for our card pulls this morning. So galaxies. Sorry, we're gonna do galaxies. Okay, so okay, Who is talking to me? Okay, ready? Orion, Milky Way, and Sirius. Orion, Milky Way, and Sirius. So, what are you feeling this morning? What's drawing you? Try really hard not to pick all three today, is what I'm hearing. Really like sit with it. Which is calling to you very specifically. Take a minute, try not to pick all three. If you have to, you have to. But really zero in if you can. Orion, Milky Way, or Sirius? Orion, Milky Way, Sirius. And if you're just joining us, we're about to do sensory card pulls. So this will give you a message. Um, if you want to intend this message to be for your November, sure, or whatever you like, whatever you like. Um, you're picking from Milky Way, Sirius, or Orion. What is feeling most connected to you? Again, if you have to pick more than one, that's fine. But I was just hearing that if you could today really narrow in. Okay, I've got mine. Okay, it feels more dominant. And again, once I start doing cards, if you feel like another message is for you, obviously hear the message. Always, every time. All right. Did everyone pick? You're picking from Sirius, Orion, or the Milky Way. I have to figure out what I said first, though. Did I say Orion first? I did. So Orion, Milky Way, Sirius. Orion, Milky Way, Sirius. All right, Orion people, are you ready? Let me do a good shuffle on these. So if you were with me last night, this is going to make you laugh because this is Orion. Look at these cards. It's the Fire Fairy, it's the Butterfly, and it's Joy. These cards were coming up so much last night for people's readings. Um, it was crazy. So they're back. So this is Orion. So if you chose Orion, these are your cards. You've got Joy, the Butterfly, and Fire Fairy. So if you hadn't noticed, yeah, there was a big energy shift because these are not the cards that were predominantly coming out before, right? So it's all good. It means you're doing your shit. I love it. All right. So again, if you chose Orion, this is your message. Just to note, I chose Sirius. I'm putting that out there. Okay. So you've got the Fire Fairy. Fire Fairy is all about um, the rekindling of your own creative fire, your own creative optimism, your creation energy, okay? Being fired up, fired up, okay? Um, this is marking a um, new journey slash energy for you. And it's very different than how it's felt the rest of the year. Trust that. Following your joy is where it's at right now. And this is your bouncing ball. Following your joy and reminding yourself of how much beauty you are surrounded by. This is kind of like um, this is like your rechargeable battery in order to get your inspiration. You are generating endless creative potential and energy by simply observing the beauty around you and allowing yourself to feel that joy. That's your formula right now. Observe the beauty, feel the joy. Observe the beauty, feel the joy. Observe the beauty and feel the joy. You're going to create lots of things. Don't worry, we're not in an action time yet, but collect all the information. If you feel an action, then great, but don't force action, is what I mean. You'll have plenty of time for more action if it's not feeling natural to you, but right now, just allow yourself to flow. Okay? So that is your Orion message. Lori said, I'm down. This I can do. All right. Good. Good. Excellent. All right. So that was Orion. Next up, we have Milky Way. You cannot make this up. All right, Milky Way people. You ready? Look who's back. It's the dog. Communication. Focus. um, Not for nothing. Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to be moving into Scorpio any day now. Obviously this month. So just something to know. All right, so if you chose Milky Way, I am to give you this message yet again. You've probably had this message a few times. This is you loving yourself like a dog, meaning you don't quit and you're really super into it. It's your biggest, most favorite thing to do. The biggest love, unconditional, no holds barred. You are your favorite fucking person. Did you not accept this mission? Because you need to. This is the first one. This is the first one. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So love yourself. Then we have focus and communication. Here's the thing that you can do, all of you, but if you chose Milky Way, this is especially pointed, right? Um, you have something important to say. It's really difficult to express things that are so deeply connected to emotion within you. Okay. But that's okay. That doesn't mean you don't try. In order to express your deepest feelings, you can't come at them from a reactive energy. So instead, focus your energy in your heart space. Figure out what it is you actually feel and know yourself. Are you the person who's going to start speaking with your voice and completely lose it? Are you the person who's going to start speaking with your voice and completely forget what it is you're trying to say? Will you start crying and distract yourself? Who are you? Know who you are, and then give yourself the tools you need to express yourself in a loving and authentic fashion. Remember, having this conversation, whatever this conversation is, conversations in general, are not to blame somebody else for your problems or to tell somebody else, here's how you suck. This is why you suck. This is all the reasons. That's not the conversation. This feels very specific, but that's not the conversation. You can tell somebody how they've made you feel, but you don't get to manage them. Okay? You manage you. So if there's something that needs to be said, take a minute, simmer down a little bit, and get in here. What is the objective? What's the point? What's your focus? What's the end game? If the end game is to just, kind of be mean and say you suck and you made me mad, um, maybe just use your diary for that and wait until you're in space where you can tap into heart. Okay. You need to focus on your higher note here, the highest one possible, because that's the one that's going to pull you through this. But this is first, loving yourself the absolute most best. The most best. Okay? It sounds fun. Milky Way people. All right. And last up, we have Sirius. It's all fine. It's all good. We're fine. All right. This is interesting. Curious people, you ready? All right. So, if you chose Sirius, here are your cards. You have the Bard, you have the Hawk, and you have Disruption. Dun dun dun. Um, just kidding. I mean, maybe not. Um, so let's talk about this Disruption card first. It's annoying, huh? So we are in a period of time right now where it may have been feeling like you are being disrupted all the time. Like anytime you seem to gain some footing and figured something out, boom, something derails you again. That's okay. It may not sound okay, but it's it's part of a calibration almost. Um, it's like a it's like you're being finely tuned, and it might feel a little rocky, but trust this process. The disruption is for you, it's not against you. It's not to drive you crazy. It's literally making sure you're exactly where you need to be. And so we don't know everything as people, as human people. We love to try to figure it out, like what's going to happen, what's the best scenario, what's what I want, what do I want, and your want, your desire only goes so far as your creative vision allows, right? Which might be far, but trust me when they say this, it's not that far. Even the most vivid, open imagination can't see the entire breadth of the universe. And so, with that being said, be humble. You don't know what deliciousness is coming your way because a lot of it you can't even fucking fathom. And that is both humbling, scary, and exciting. So trust it. If you are being sideswept, if you are being irritated by all these pauses, can you trust that you're being led somewhere? Have you trusted it? Have you noticed that that happens for you? Have you noticed that you've gotten here to this point and a lot of the things that are now your everyday life, you wouldn't have been able to imagine being your everyday life? Like, do you see that? That's a pattern and it is real and you can quantify it. So trust. I'm telling you, put a pin. It's November 1st, 2021. Put a pin in today because next year, at this time, assuming we're still doing years in time, you're going to be blown the fuck away by what your life is like and what you've normalized in your life as opposed to the way everything is right now. So just trust. It's all for you. It's all for you. And it's what you want. It is what you want. You just can't imagine it because it's too big. It's too bright. It's full of colors you don't even know exist yet. But they're going to be your favorite colors. It's going to be great. There's this card too. It's the Bard. This is all about telling your story. This is very important for all of us, actually. But for those of you who chose Sirius, there's a very high likelihood that writing is in your particular vein of creative expression. Or I should say storytelling, because it might not be through the medium of writing. It might be through songwriting. It might be through painting, some sort of expression that tells the story. Okay. If you've been feeling that compulsion and you've held yourself back from telling your story because either no one wants to hear that, it's already been told. There's so many stories like that out there. Also, who cares? Ah, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm also talking to myself, so I'm here with you. But like we don't stop writing our stories. Like somebody doesn't just come out with a story and it's like, oh, that one's been told, so we're never going to tell anything like it again. That's literally not how storytelling works. How many retellings of classic fairy tales have you personally ingested? How many of you have read a book, right? And loved that book so much that when it was over, you were like, I either need something just like this, or I'm going to read every single other thing this author has created, even if they're not as good, because I need more of this. Haven't you had that experience? Appetites are voracious for information and stories. We are all looking for connection. We're all looking for meaning. We're all looking to know that we're not really fucking weird, that there's other people like us out there. And the more that we tell our stories, the more that we can know we're all very weird. We are collectively the weirdest. That's how we are. The myth is like normal. The myth is being normal. Um, so tell your story. Tell your story. Maybe the people around you right now don't want to hear your story. And maybe the problem is those people, and you need new people around you. But you need to tell your story. You're feeling a compulsion, get it out. Stop being mean to yourself. You've been getting plenty of signs. So, will you accept them? There you go. What does that mean? You saw me on another live? Oh, that's not me. You're not talking to me. Never mind. I was like, how? I mean, I am streaming in 3 places. All right, my friends. So that's November. Those are your marching orders. Before you leave, I'm going to read this again because I feel like you'd like to hear it, right? Again. So this is the November card from the Fairy Forest deck. It's the Yule Singer. I'm just going to read it again because in case you didn't get it. There are times in life when our light dims so that it seems it may go out for all eternity. But when this time comes, you are being put to a great test. If you persevere at this time, you will experience a depth of life experience that will lead to you being reshaped, transformed, and in many ways changed. You are undergoing such an experience at present, and this card is here to share with you that at such a time of great darkness and suffering, a new light will shine and bring you back to life, a kind of reincarnation within the same life you are now experiencing. When this takes place, the Yule Singer will come to you and sing to you the song of your deepest self. You will open up with this song and begin to live again. The pain will dissolve slowly, and surely you will enter into a time of joy and light while the flame of your spirit rises high once again within your soul. Expect new friendships, easy connections, fortunate moments, and growth when this beautiful card comes to you. The dark times are done with for now. You are stronger, brighter, and beginning once again a bright new cycle. Sing your song. Happy November. It's going to be great. I'm sending you guys so much love. I'm glad to be back chatting with you. I'll be back Wednesday morning, 8:30. I'll be sending out BFF members information on the new moon beginning of eclipse season call that will be happening either Wednesday or Thursday. And in fact, I'll put a post up in the app. And if you want to tell me which one you prefer, you could do that. If you would like to join the 6-week magic workshop, we start next week. Send me a note, or you can just sign up using the link in my bio. I love you. Have an amazing Monday. See you soon. Mwah, mwah. Thank you, Tiffany.